It's MaCenna, and it's so close to Christmas. I think that there's like... Is Christmas 4 days away?
Yeah, 24. Yeah, 24.
What's today? I don't know what today is.
Yeah, today's the 21st, and then 25th is Christmas, and you do 25 minus the 21st equals 4, so then 25 minus 4 equals 21!
That's a really complicated way to get to it's 4 days away. This year I wanted to make some handmade gifts for my friends and some family members. So I had this idea to make kind of like a box of like self-care, like cute, trendy stuff. I'm thinking of adding in some bath bombs, some all natural, non-toxic bath bombs, because so many of the bath bombs that are like at the stores, not all of them, I'm not speaking for all of them, but some of them are just like filled with toxins, and it's basically like you're just bathing in a bunch of chemicals, and that's gross and weird. So we're gonna be making all natural, all organic, vegan, coconut oil bath bombs. And then I'm thinking we're gonna make some like bath salt with some pretty dried flowers and also some scrunchies, because everyone needs scrunchies. You can never have enough scrunchies. These DIYs are actually really easy and pretty cheap. So if you've already bought all of your holiday gifts this year, you can make these for birthday gifts or Mother's Day. And I post videos every week, so definitely hit the subscribe button below and hit the little notification bell right next to it so you know exactly when I upload my next video. I'm also gonna be giving away one of these boxes, so if you want to enter the giveaway, I'm gonna leave all the details in the down bar below and on Instagram at MaCenna Lee. So let's get started. So now I think these are gonna be really pretty. I got these like little test tube cork looking things, and I want to fill them with some bath salts and dried flowers. So I think they're gonna be super cute. Like, I'd love to get that. So I've got all of these like really cool ingredients, like these like marigold flowers, chamomile, some lavender, and some rosebuds. So we're just going to make our base mixture. Just taking a bowl, we're going to do some Epsom salt. Really good for your skin. It's like all stuck together. So we're gonna do 3 cups of Epsom salt. Could it be coming out any slower? I'm making a mess! 2/3 of a cup of Himalayan pink salt. Okay. Granulated sugar. I'm gonna use 1/4 of a cup. What do I mix this with? I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna make 3 different kinds of bath salts, and so we're gonna be using different dried flowers and different essential oils. I think the first one we should make was obviously lavender essential oil, and the lavender little flowers. So you're gonna take a cup of your base mixture, pour that in your bowl. I don't know how many flowers we need. Enough. Do like 1/2 cup. And then I'm gonna do 3 drops of this essential oil. So, 1. Okay, that was a lot. Just however much you want. Oh my God, it smells so good. Then we're just gonna mix it and then take one of these test tubes. Look how pretty! Voila. So just fill your test tubes with whatever mixture you want, using your base mixture and then adding in your own unique blend of oil and dried flowers, and you have it. So now we're gonna DIY some scrunchies, and I'm gonna show you 2 different ways to do them. One using kind of like the proper way, or with elastic and actually sewing it using a sewing machine. And then I'm gonna show you how to do it using a hair tie and hot glue. They both work, although sewing it is kind of like the right way or whatever. But everyone's gonna have a sewing machine. So if you wanna just break out a hot glue gun and hot glue it up on a hair tie you already have, that's the way to go. You're gonna wanna pick fabric that you like, that you're gonna wear a lot, or you can reuse old clothes, like if you have old t-shirts or something that you just don't wear a lot that you can cut up, because you're really not gonna use a lot of fabric for this. So I obviously stopped by the fabric store because I don't wanna kind of give my friends, you know, like my old clothes turned into a scrunchie. I kind of wanted like specific vibes. So I got white silk because like if you sleep with your hair up, it's not as harsh on your hair. It's just softer to lay on. And I got black crushed velvet. I got red crushed velvet. And then I really wanted a pattern, and this just seemed like appropriate because leopard print is like a thing. Honestly, this was the only leopard print that Joann's have. I went up to the fabric cutting desk. I was like, is it just me, or do you not have any leopard in anything other than fleece? And she was like, hold on, I may have something left over from Halloween. We found some, and yes, it's from Halloween, but it's super cute, so I wasn't hating it. And then you can either use 1/2 inch elastic or 1/4 inch elastic. So the first scrunchie that we're gonna DIY is using elastic and the sewing method. So after you cut your fabric, just determine which side is the nice side and which side is the back or the non-pretty side. Just make sure that the pretty side is face up. We're gonna fold it in half long ways and match up the top, and then taking some pins, we're going to pin it along that top edge and start by pinning it about 1 inch from the end. This is going to mark where we need to stop sewing. So we're only going to sew 1 inch in on each side. Then we're going to pin in between those 2 pins just to kind of hold it in place while we sew it together. So you're just going to put it into your machine starting at the first pin. You're going to back stitch and stitch all the way down. So now we kind of have like a tube. We're gonna turn it inside out so that the pretty side is now on the outside. So you can totally use a safety pin for this and just safety pin it right here on the end and feed it through the center of the tube and turn it inside out. I have this really kind of like crazy cool tool. You can just feed it through the entire tube and hook it on the end. You can just turn it inside out. Not everyone is gonna have this tool. I got this when I was in college at FITM. But so you can totally use a safety pin, and then you just pull it, unhook it, and just pull it right side out. Okay, so now you have your pretty side velvet on the outside, and now we're gonna take this end and match it up with this end, creating a circle to our tube. So you're just gonna place the pretty sides together, matching up the end. I'm gonna use 1/4 inch seam allowance because I just wanna stitch it down, but leave the longest possible width to our scrunchie. Voila, we now have a circle with this kind of hole in the center. So this is where we're gonna do our elastic. We have our pre-cut elastic here, 5.5 inches long. So what you're gonna do is take either a safety pin and hook it onto the end of this elastic and feed it through this tube. I'm still gonna take this weird tool and feed it through the entire loop. Start with right into the hole and feed all the way through. Now I'm going to hook my elastic right at the end, and it's gonna hang on to it while I feed it back through. And we're gonna match these 2 ends together, and we're gonna hand sew this part together. So that elastic's gonna go right inside the hole. So the final step to our DIY scrunchie is to sew up this hole. Take a piece of matching thread, hand stitch it closed, and we're all done. Next, I'm going to show you how to make the scrunchie using hot glue and just a hair tie that you already have. So the first thing that you're gonna do is take your fabric face side down, flip the bottom and the top edges up 1/4 inch and iron it down. This makes it so much easier to hot glue. Once you finished ironing down the edges, we're going to flip it back over to the front side, and we're gonna be gluing down this side of the edges to make a loop. Now that seam is glued down. You're gonna need something round, any size really, but small enough for your scrunchie to go around it. And I'm going to put the tube around the cup and then put your scrunchie over the fabric and on top of the glass. Next, you're gonna be matching up both of your ironed seams together with some hot glue and go all the way around the cup. DIY bath bombs is actually a little easier than even I thought it was going to be. I have some confidence going into this particular recipe because I I already did it. What you're going to need to make all organic, all vegan, all natural coconut oil bath bombs are coconut oil, citric acid, Epsom salt, baking soda, cornstarch, some of these like little bath bomb molds, some essential oils, and if you want to make them a little prettier than just colorful bath bombs, you can add in some dried flowers. So first you're gonna mix all of your dry ingredients together. So we're gonna start with the baking soda. And this recipe makes 2 large bath bombs. Like that. Half a cup, ding, ding, half a cup of baking soda. Is this baking soda? Yeah. Woo. 1/4 of a cup of citric acid. I don't know what citric, I don't know why the name citric acid kind of freaked me out. 1/4 of a cup of cornstarch. And then 1/4 of a cup of Epsom salt. Mine is so lumpy inside. Just kind of blend them together and then set it aside. Coconut oil comes in different kind of consistencies. Some of them will already be liquid, but what you want is the ones that are hard. 1 tablespoon of melted coconut oil. I'm gonna go a little over because if you have a problem with your bath bombs not like sticking, they stick together but they're really soft and they can break easily, just put a little more coconut oil inside and it'll bind them up, because once the coconut oil is cold and room temperature, it forms a solid thing. So once you have your coconut oil all melted, and I did end up putting a little more, so I would say 1.5 tablespoons of coconut oil. So heat it up so it's in liquid form. Then we're going to add in our food coloring, and for this first bath bomb, I'm gonna be doing a lavender and eucalyptus. So I wanted it kind of like an icy gray blue color. So this is food and skin safe food coloring. It's a little on the lighter side, so I'm gonna be using a little more drops than normally. I'm gonna be using 10 drops of this kind of grayish blue color. So you're just gonna put it in, and it's really not going to dissolve. So it's just gonna kind of be droplets of bubbles inside. And then you're gonna be adding in your essential oils. So I'm gonna be doing 5 drops of eucalyptus and 5 drops of lavender. Pour your mixture into your dry ingredients and then mix it by hand. It's gonna be a little warm, but it won't be hot. Take some of your flowers and your bath bomb molds, and I'm gonna put a little bit of flowers right on top because I want some flowers to sit on the top, and then I'm also gonna put some in the center. So putting those in the mold first, pack your mixture inside the mold and overflow it like that, and grab your other side and pack it as well. And then I'm gonna add a few more flowers right in between, and then grab both sides and sandwich them together. So you're gonna have some overflow on the sides a little bit, so just wipe those sides off. Since the coconut oil that I used is going to be solid at room temperature or colder, I'm gonna throw them in the freezer for 20 minutes inside the mold, and then take it out of the freezer and take them out, and we're done. Definitely really simple and easy to make and pretty cheap. But if you're just like not in the DIY mood and you want to win one, definitely enter to win the giveaway by subscribing to my channel, liking me on Instagram at MaCenna Lee, and tagging 2 friends in the giveaway post on Instagram. If you guys liked this video, definitely hit the like button below. And if you want to follow along on my fun DIYs into the new year, I post videos every week, so definitely hit the subscribe button below, and I will see you guys next week. Bye guys! Baby, turn off your phone! Please don't floss while I'm filming.